Hello, old friend. If you're listening to this, maybe you know the feeling. That ache in your chest when someone you love begins to drift away. Not to distance, not to anger, but to something silent and cruel. They forget the songs you used to dance to. They forget the stories you told 1,000 times. Eventually, they forget you. My name is Henry. I'm 81 years old, and every morning I sit beside the same window, watching the rain fall gently on our garden. And I tell my wife our love story, all over again, because she no longer remembers. But I remember enough for both of us. This is our story. Part 1, the first rain. We met in the spring of 1965. I was 21, she was 19. Her name was Lila. I saw her for the first time outside a little bookstore in our college town. She was standing under a shared umbrella with her best friend, laughing at something I couldn't hear. The rain was soft, just a drizzle, but in that moment, it was like the world slowed down. The way she tucked her hair behind her ear, the way she looked up and let the rain kiss her cheek. It wasn't love at first sight, it was something deeper, like remembering a dream you didn't know you had. I pretended to bump into her at the coffee shop the next day. She smiled politely. I spilled my drink trying to look cool. She laughed again, and I swear it was the most beautiful sound I'd ever heard. Part 2, falling fast and real. We spent the next year learning each other. Lila loved old books and hated thunderstorms. I loved music and hated dancing. So naturally, she made me dance in every thunderstorm we ever walked through. We'd skip classes just to sit under the willow tree by the river. She'd read poetry, I'd play my guitar. We'd talk about our dreams. She wanted to open a library for children. I wanted to build a house by the lake. She'd say, let's do both. And we believed we could. I remember the first time she said she loved me. It wasn't a big moment. No roses, no fancy dinner. Just a quiet evening, sitting on the porch, watching the rain. She whispered, Henry, I think I've loved you for 1,000 lifetimes. I didn't know what to say, so I pulled her close and said, then let's dance till the next one. And we did, in the rain. Part 3, the years that shape us. We got married in '68. It wasn't a big wedding, just family, close friends, and a lot of laughter. We had nothing but each other, and somehow it was enough. Our first apartment had a leaky roof. Our first fight was about burnt toast. Our first child, Emily, came 2 years later and changed everything. We had joy. We had exhaustion. We had nights where we didn't talk. Days where we laughed until we cried. And always, rain. It rained when we bought our first home. It rained when our son, David, was born. It rained when I lost my job. But Lila never let rain feel heavy. She made it feel like music. She'd grab my hand, pull me outside and say, let's dance before it stops. Even when I didn't want to, especially when I didn't want to. Part 4, the slow fade. It started small. She forgot her keys, then a name, then the year. I brushed it off. We both did. Just getting older, we told ourselves. But it wasn't just that. One day she put milk in the pantry. The next she called me by her father's name. Then came the day she forgot how to get home. When the diagnosis came, Alzheimer's, she didn't cry. She looked at me and asked, will I forget you? I told her no, I lied. And I cried when she wasn't looking. We moved to a smaller house, closer to the lake, closer to help. Some days she was still my Lila. She'd sing our old songs, hum while folding laundry, giggle at nothing. Other days, she'd stare at me like I was a stranger, like I didn't exist. But every morning I made tea. I sat by her side and I told her our story from the beginning, because love doesn't vanish, even when memory does. Part 5, the last dance. It was early spring. Lila hadn't spoken in days. She barely ate, barely moved. The doctor said the end was near. But that morning the rain came back, soft, slow, just like that first day. I opened the window. She turned her head. I whispered, do you remember when we danced in the rain? She didn't answer, so I sang. Our song, the one we used to sway to in the kitchen when the kids were asleep. And then she smiled. Tears slipped down her cheek. Her lips moved. Barely a whisper. Henry, my name, my name. And then, let's dance. I helped her up, just for a second, just one step. We didn't really dance, but in my heart, we danced through time. Part 6 after the rain. Lila passed away that night, peacefully, quietly, in her sleep. While the rain tapped gently on the window, I still sit by the same chair every morning, still make her tea, still watch the rain. Sometimes I see her in the breeze, in the garden, in the pages of her old books, and I tell our story for anyone who will listen. Because love isn't just memory, it's presence, it's persistence, it's dancing in the rain, even when the music stops. So if you're listening, boo, and you've loved and lost, know this, it's not gone. It's not forgotten. It's just dancing somewhere else now. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs to remember that love never fades. It just changes shape. And if you still have someone to dance in the rain with, don't wait. Do it now, while the rain still falls. Thank you for listening. Until next time, take care and keep dancing.